not only did Juicy say these things about STD testing, he's also saying things like, "You're never going to leave me because you're addicted to me." Excuse excuse me? What? And he's also saying things like, "My friends are telling me that this is not going to work because this is long distance, but I'm happy. I'm okay with it." Mind you, he already told me that this is his third long distance relationship. And we discussed moving in together, moving closer together, things of that nature. But I always said I wasn't moving in with him until my child was done with high school, which was 2 years from now. That's what I kept saying, not until 2 years from now. But he started saying these things. Like, what? Yeah. So he went from the guy who opened doors, planned dates, paid for me to go up to see him, made sure I was good, long conversations, attentive, interactive with my children, who, may I add, are grown, except for my youngest. You know, you went from this soft, sweet guy who, in some areas, I felt as though I was a little more dominant than him, but it was okay because he came off and said, "I am dominant and submissive." So I took some things to. Anyway, you were the sweet, kind, loving, gentle giant who turned into a lion piece of shit. Who was cocky as hell. I mean, baby, he started getting so cocky. I just knew it wasn't just me around this, because the way he just became so cocky was like, boy, who you fooling? And the craziest thing is, during one of our first conversations, I talked about how I can read energies. And he said to me, "So you read energy, right? Have you ever been wrong?" And I said, "Absolutely not. If my mind doesn't pick it up, baby, my body sure will. That something's not right." And it has never failed me. He found that interesting and tried to test me. Hmm. So back on the STD testing, y'all. Now, let me clue you in on something. Before anything went to that level with Juicy, he was very, once again, intentional. I spoke about how, you know, people out here nowadays don't believe in going to get STD testing. They just out here just doing whatever. And he agreed that it's crazy. You know, he had friends that was out there doing stuff like that. I believe heavily on getting tested, whether you married, together, or whatever. Doesn't matter. So for him to say that to me every 6 months, I had to think back, like, did I say that? Because I do know that in the beginning of our conversations, I spoke about STD testing, and I went and got mine done, and he immediately went and got his done, sent me the results. Okay. And I checked them, make sure they were authentic. And this is how he got me, you know, for being so intentional, like super intentional. Like, I'm super big on hygiene. This man, in the beginning, would make sure that he got up and brushed his teeth before even saying good morning to me. Okay. It didn't last. A couple of months down the line, that stopped. the whole persona started to change with this man. Okay. So, like I said, now we're in April. Let me relax. Let me relax. Let me bring it back down to story time because between February and April, baby, I was in my feels. Okay. And I ain't talking about sadness, honey. I was in here like, this man got me fucked up. I, who? But anyway, so we're in April. I didn't go down to Juicy's house. Like I thought about going down, but I didn't. So I give him my results after I went and got tested. I said, listen, I went and got tested because I had to make sure you weren't slaying. I had to make sure you weren't slaying every dragon on the block. That's exactly how I said. I said everything came back negative. And y'all, he responded, not surprised. Like a slap in my face, like not surprised. Duh, everything came back negative. Why wouldn't it? Proceeds to send me videos and pictures of his children as I'm telling him this or whatever, and then sends me a video talking about how he is content while he's cooking dinner for his kids. And he was content because I just told him that my test results were negative. So this is April 17th. April 17th, right? So he takes his kids on a little trip for the weekend or whatever. And he gets back and I didn't hear anything. I usually get pictures, phone calls, all that stuff. So immediately my antenna's going up. I see something on Facebook that I did not like. It was a comment under a female's picture. He called her sexy. She says, thanks, babe. So I'm sitting here, I'm texting my girls. I'm like, hold the fuck up. I hadn't met Juicy's best friend yet. I hadn't met like anybody really in his circle, and I'm glad I didn't because baby, he gossiped, and I knew too much. I know too much to be knowing anybody. I don't even want to meet anybody because I know too much. I'm texting my girls like, should I snap off right now or should I wait because Juicy is supposed to be coming over here in a couple of days? Do I wait until he gets here or do I snap off now? They like snap now. Snap now. Right now. So I wait. He calls me the next morning. He texts me first. He texts me, good afternoon, beautiful. I didn't respond right away. He calls me within 5 minutes because he's on his way to work. And I question him. Y'all, April 20th is another day that will stick in my mind until I bury this story. You understand? This man played on my top, played with my emotions the entire time. And I'm so glad I listened to my intuition. The things I found out after him admitting to what I already felt. The things that I found out after that blew my motherfucking mind. I can't even explain it to you. Hmm. Baby, we gonna talk about this.